Hollywood, where dazzling glamour often hides unexpected secrets. Do you think the striking looks of silver screen heartthrobs are completely natural? Think again. Today, we're uncovering the truth behind the dramatic beauty renovations of famous male celebrities. It's not just the ladies Hollywood's gentlemen are also quietly relying on technology to maintain their charm. From razor-sharp jawlines, thick hair, thanks to transplants, to subtly enhanced eyes, the results might make you rub your eyes in disbelief at how different they are. Especially don't take your eyes off the screen. At the end of the video, a shocking secret about the appearance of an A-list male actor will be revealed. Even the most eagle-eyed fans have been spectacularly fooled. Let's find out right now. If you agree, leave a number 1 in the comments. And if you disagree, leave a number 0. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to support us. Let's explore right now. Tom Cruise has long been one of the prime examples of a spectacular makeover among Hollywood male stars. From a promising young man in The Outsiders in 1983 to a global superstar with a masculine, charismatic image in Top Gun 1986, his journey of physical and professional evolution has always commanded admiration from fans. But when looking closely at his incredible transformation, one cannot help but ask the question, has Tom Cruise undergone some cosmetic procedures to maintain a youthful and dynamic appearance for over 3 decades? At age 63, Cruise still maintains the stamina form and youthful appearance of a man half his age. His radiant smile, smooth skin, and especially a jawline much sharper than in the early days of his career have left many surprised and curious about the secret to maintaining his looks. When he first started his career, Cruise possessed the typical look of a young movie star with bright skin, but sometimes still having flaws like crooked teeth and a somewhat imperfect face. However, the distinct change began when he took part in Top Gun, a movie that elevated him to the level of an international star. This transformation came not only from his acting, but also from a fresh and more perfect style regarding his appearance. This change continued to take place over the years, especially in his later films. Some fans and cosmetic experts believe that Cruise may have undergone some procedures to maintain his current appearance. Measures such as Botox fillers, laser treatments, and even thread lift surgery are the methods believed to have helped him maintain timeless youthfulness. However, Tom Cruise has always insisted that this appearance is the result of a strict diet, regular exercise, and a healthy lifestyle. Regardless of what the truth is, Tom Cruise's transformation journey remains a strong testament to the fact that a star's career and appearance can evolve and change over time. It is a subtle combination of genetics, self-care, and possibly a little help from cosmetic experts. But more important than anything is that Cruise has always maintained his confidence and for being a role model not only for Hollywood stars, but also for anyone seeking change and self-development. Before the whole world knew Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner was already one of America's sports legends. In 1976, the Olympic gold medal victory in the decathlon propelled Bruce to the pinnacle of his athletic career, becoming a symbol of strength, discipline, and the ideal masculine role model. At that time, he was hailed as a hero of American sports, and the image of a strong, resilient man always shone before the public. However, even the greatest sports heroes cannot resist the changes of time and the profound personal journeys they must undergo. After retiring in 1984, Bruce began making small changes to his appearance to maintain a good image before the public. These changes gradually became more apparent over time, reflecting the conflict between the public image and the inner truth that he was facing. In the mid-1990s, Bruce underwent nose surgery, but he later admitted that the results were not as expected. Instead of hiding or shying away from it, he openly shared this experience on the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. This action was not just honesty from a male celebrity, but also opened up a broader dialogue about personal image and the acceptance of aging in the entertainment industry. Bruce's sincerity created a small revolution in how the public perceives stars when facing changes in their appearance. By 2009, Bruce continued to undergo facial cosmetic surgery, which received a lot of attention from the public. However, the most important and memorable period in his life began in 2015. Bruce underwent a tracheal shave surgery, marking a major turning point in his personal life. This was not a transition for fame or to create a shock for the public, but because Bruce finally accepted himself, no longer avoiding the truth about his gender. The whole world has witnessed a profound change from Bruce Jenner to Caitlyn Jenner, a process that was not just a change in appearance, but a powerful personal transformation. Caitlyn is not only a strong advocate for the LGBT community, but also a symbol of the courage to live true to oneself. From a legendary Olympic athlete, Caitlyn became an inspiring voice regarding acceptance and personal identity. Currently, Caitlyn lives a quieter life, spending a lot of time on speaking projects, media, and family activities. She continues to be an inspiration, reminding the public that true bravery is not about winning competitions or earning medals, but is the bravery to face oneself and live true to oneself. Caitlyn Jenner's journey is a testament to the power of change and acceptance, not only in sports, but also in personal life. Mickey Rourke has always been one of the indispensable icons in Hollywood. With the strong face of a boxer and the spirit of a survivor, he captivated every gaze in the 1980s and early 1990s. However, Rourke's life was not just confined to impressive roles or spectacular scenes. He once shocked Hollywood when he gave up a rising acting career to pursue professional boxing. Not for fame or money, but because it was a personal battle that he felt he had to face. But like any boxer, Rourke had to pay the price for his choice. After many years of fighting in the ring, Mickey Rourke's face suffered significant damage. Powerful punches and fierce matches left him physically devastated, forcing him to seek reconstructive surgery to repair the injuries. Initially, the surgery was medically necessary, but gradually this turned into cosmetic procedures to try to regain his former appearance. Rourke, in his effort to recover, mistakenly trusted a surgeon and finally admitted that he went to the wrong guy to put his face back together. The change he underwent was unbelievable. His rugged, masculine appearance was altered to the point that many fans could no longer recognize him. Despite facing ridicule from the press and criticism from critics, Rourke did not hide his transformation at all. He stood his ground, blunt and defiant, unafraid of any judgment. In the late 1990s, his change in appearance led many to doubt whether he could return to Hollywood. However, Mickey never gave up. He faced the world with the same intensity that he once brought into every match, and his face became a living record of mistakes, pain, and endurance. The scars on his face are not something he wants to hide, but a testament to the battles he has overcome. By 2008, Mickey Rourke delivered an excellent performance in the film The Wrestler, a raw and heartbreaking role that both audiences and critics called his career resurgence. Despite his tanned skin, surgically altered facial features, and somber eyes, nothing could hold him back. It was that very transformation that created a raw and powerful character, making it impossible for the audience to look away. As Rourke once said, "My face tells a story. It isn't always pretty, but it's real." Now at age 72, Mickey Rourke still continues acting work, sometimes participating in exhibition boxing matches, living a life with no regrets. His journey is a powerful reminder to older audiences, those who have gone through battles in their own private lives. Scars are not flaws. They are the very proof that you have stood firm despite everything. Mickey Rourke has proven that resilience and the courage to live true are more important than any scar. Sylvester Stallone, one of the greatest action stars in Hollywood, has spent his entire career fighting on screen. However, one of the biggest battles that he has had to face was not in movies like Rocky or Rambo, but was the battle with time. To maintain a strong appearance and cinematic appeal over the decades, Stallone has undergone selective cosmetic surgeries with a smart and disciplined strategy. Stallone was born with partial facial paralysis due to nerve damage at birth. This caused him to have a not entirely symmetrical facial feature, especially in the mouth and lower face sections. Although this became a part of his iconic look, it also limited his expressive ability, especially in roles requiring psychological acting. However, Stallone did not let this affect his career. On the contrary, he turned it into a part of his distinct identity, creating his trademark on screen. In the mid-1970s, while filming the movie Death Race 2000, Stallone suffered a jaw injury and had to undergo a surgery to restore damaged muscle. This surgery was not only a medical necessity, but it silently laid the groundwork for future aesthetic improvements. When the Rocky and Rambo movies helped him become a global icon, Stallone started undergoing cosmetic surgeries, and he approached this just as he did with sports training: disciplined, goal-oriented, and purposeful. Over the years, he has refined his lower jawline, smoothed out wrinkles on his forehead, and maintained a consistently strong hairline. These changes were all executed subtly, not excessively, just enough to retain a rugged appearance ready for the screen. Entering the 2000s, fans began to notice that Stallone's face was slimmer and his features were sharper, suggesting he had used Botox and possibly a mild facelift. However, Stallone did not hide this at all. He even once joked, "I'm like a car, I need maintenance." When making his comeback in the film The Expendables in 2010, the change in his face was clear yet purposeful and fitting for the role of a veteran action star. Although his face looked smoother and sharper, he still retained the rugged, fierce, and cinematic quality that audiences love. This is proof that aging in Hollywood does not mean fading away. For Stallone, it is a strategic process of evolution, helping him maintain a powerful image while still changing and adapting over time. Now at nearly 80 years old, Stallone continues to work with continuous small tweaks and a focus on maintaining longevity in front of the camera. His journey is a testament to the fact that even though aging is inevitable with care and strategy, we can maintain our form and strength in both life and career. Stallone has proven that taking care of oneself, having a clear plan and strategy is the key to maintaining long-term success in the entertainment industry. Clark Gable may be remembered as a model of elegant and charming masculinity through the role of Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind, but the journey to achieving his iconic status was not easy at all. Behind that calm confidence and signature smile was a man who had quietly strived to rebuild himself long before cosmetic surgery became a common trend for Hollywood male stars. When Gable arrived in Hollywood in the late 1920s, MGM executives quickly recognized his potential, but also couldn't help but worry about the flaws in his appearance. Gable possessed a strong and captivating look, but his dental health was quite poor. Severe gum disease caused him to have to undergo major dental surgery. As a result, Gable had to wear dentures, which completely changed his smile. However, this change did not diminish his confidence. On the contrary, the radiant, charming smile that later became his trademark on screen was precisely the result of determination and effort to overcome those flaws. However, the most surprising change in Gable's appearance came in 1932, when he decided to undergo cosmetic surgery to correct his protruding ears. This surgery was performed without the support of modern anesthesia, making it incredibly painful and risky. Even so, Gable never publicly spoke about this, and the quiet strength he displayed only further enhanced the mysterious masculinity that audiences admired. The openness and humility in facing weaknesses made him an ideal role model in the hearts of the public. What many fans do not realize is that Clark Gable was one of the first people in Hollywood to consider appearance as an important part of the acting profession. His surgeries were not frivolous acts, but were strategic steps to form a perfect leading man image that to this day still has a major influence on Hollywood. Gable understood that besides talent, appearance, and personal image also play an important role in a long-term career. So when you imagine the image of Rhett Butler acting on the screen, don't just think of Gable's natural allure. Remember that that charm did not just come from inherent grace, but was also the result of bold choices and resilience in constantly perfecting himself. Gable became a pioneer in transforming the male celebrity image, proving that success and a perfect appearance are the result of effort and constant progress. Simon Cowell has built his entire career and brand on uncompromising bluntness. Famous for his role as the sharp judge of American Idol, Simon has the ability to end a contestant's dream with just a raised eyebrow. However, behind that confident gaze and strong demeanor is a man quietly struggling with his own reflection, an image that has gradually changed over time, forcing him to face challenges regarding his appearance. In the early 2000s, Simon was easily recognizable immediately with a simple style, a tight black t-shirt, a calm, unmoving face, and a signature serious attitude. But as the cameras rolled year after year, subtle changes began to gradually appear. By 2008, Simon's forehead seemed frozen, a clear sign that he had started injecting Botox. He even admitted this with his signature humorous tone, "All the guys I know do it." These small changes began to turn into larger procedures over time. Eyelid surgery, heavy-handed filler injections, and multiple facelifts gradually changed his face to the point that longtime fans could hardly recognize him. By 2019, online jokes compared him to a wax figure, and Simon himself admitted that there were times he didn't recognize himself in the mirror. This revealed a rare vulnerability in a man famous for his ironclad confidence. However, in recent years, Simon Cowell has begun to change. He decided to cut back on cosmetic procedures, minimize injections, and focus on a healthier lifestyle. He also aims for a more natural appearance, no longer trying to hold on to an ideal image forever, but instead embracing comfort and self-acceptance more than ever. Now at age 60, although he still displays the toughness that audiences love, Simon has a gentler, calmer, and more approachable demeanor. Simon Cowell's journey is not just a story about a change in appearance, but also the evolution of a man from artificial perfection to accepting and seeking balance in life. This journey reminds us that aging beautifully is not about maintaining a perfect appearance, but is about self-acceptance and seeking a natural, healthy, and confident beauty. Do you agree with this point of view? Leave a comment with number 1 if you agree, or number 0. If you have other thoughts, we really want to hear your opinions. Don't forget to hit like, share, and click subscribe to the channel to support us in releasing many more fascinating videos. John Wayne, known as the ultimate symbol of rugged American masculinity, was the one associated with the image of the cowboy, the Duke of Hollywood. With a career spanning over 5 decades, Wayne dominated the big screen with strong and confident roles, becoming an ideal role model for many generations of audiences. However, behind that tough image, few people know that Wayne quietly relied on cosmetic procedures to maintain the true Duke appearance that he built throughout his career. In 1948, when Wayne's fame was at its peak, he began to encounter a problem that even the biggest stars could not avoid: hair loss. At that time, cosmetic surgery methods were not yet socially accepted as they are today, and few men thought about beautifying themselves or intervening in their appearance. However, Wayne was one of the pioneers in accepting cosmetic procedures when he decided to undergo one of the first hair transplant methods in Hollywood. Although this method was quite primitive and not as sophisticated as today, it helped Wayne keep his thick hair and maintain the masculine appearance that audiences loved, especially the cowboy image under his hat. This helped him not only maintain the iconic image but also protect his own brand in the eyes of the public. Entering the 1960s, new challenges began to emerge as age increasingly caused Wayne to face health issues. One of the most serious problems was the condition where his upper eyelids began to droop severely, obstructing his vision, especially when he had to perform dramatic action scenes in his movies. To continue performing with the powerful intensity that audiences still loved, Wayne did not hesitate to undergo functional eyelid surgery, helping him restore his vision and maintain his acting ability. This demonstrates his professionalism and discipline in his work, as health could not hinder his long-term acting career. After undergoing eyelid surgery, Wayne continued to select other subtle cosmetic methods primarily aimed at preserving the rugged, healthy, and resilient appearance that he had built throughout his entire career. Cosmetic methods such as jaw augmentation and neck lifts helped him maintain a strong appearance fitting the image of the steady and decisive man that the public loved. These adjustments were not aimed at making him young again, but just to maintain the image of a resilient, strong man, exactly what fans expected from a silver screen legend like him. For John Wayne, these cosmetic procedures were not vanity or an attempt to maintain a perfect appearance over time. They were strategic tools aimed at protecting the brand that made him an icon of American cinema. In fact, these interventions helped him continue to maintain a solid career while keeping his acting at its peak even as the years passed. Wayne's decisions regarding appearance maintenance demonstrated intelligence and foresight, as he understood that a strong, distinctive, and unchanging image would help him maintain his standing in the hearts of the audience. Even today, when Wayne's films remain classics in cinematic history, and his name lives on through the John Wayne Cancer Foundation, fans are often surprised to learn that these behind-the-scenes procedures contributed significantly to preserving the Duke's iconic image. Wayne's deliberate use of cosmetic procedures shows that even the greatest icons must face the changes of time. Instead of fighting aging, Wayne chose to implement subtle changes to ensure that he always maintained the image that the whole world loved. Burt Reynolds was not just a movie star, but a true Hollywood legend. With his signature mustache, twinkling eyes, and curly hair, he not only represented strong masculinity, but was also a model of mischief and charm. Reynolds' appearance became an icon in the film industry, truly reflecting his free and charismatic style. But behind that look, just like other Hollywood stars, Burt Reynolds also needed to take care of and protect his image. To maintain lasting attractiveness and appeal, he did not hesitate to use early cosmetic methods, even though sometimes it was not widely recognized in the film industry. In the early 1970s, while filming the movie Deliverance, Reynolds encountered an accident on set and broke his jaw. This injury softened the sharp features on the rugged face that had originally defined his image. To restore his sharp looks, he decided to undergo jaw surgery, something that during that period was still quite rare for male stars. Admitting to such a cosmetic intervention was not something that many male stars dared to do, but Reynolds did not hesitate to publicly share his decision, a very bold action at that time. By the late 1970s, another issue emerged: thinning hair, something that even a masculine icon like Reynolds could not avoid. To keep his image always perfect, he decided to perform one of the first hair transplant techniques, although this method was still very primitive and often left scars. However, Burt Reynolds skillfully hid these traces under cowboy hats and did not hesitate to joke about it in interviews, demonstrating the confident demeanor and comfortable lifestyle for which he was famous. Although hair transplant techniques at that time were quite primitive, Reynolds' decision helped him keep a rugged appearance and always be ready for the roles that audiences loved. In the 1980s, Burt Reynolds not only faced hair issues, but also had to face the natural changes of the body due to aging. To maintain the youthful appearance that audiences still expected, he underwent 2 facelift surgeries in 1984 and 1988. These procedures not only helped him keep smooth skin, but also maintained an appearance full of vitality. However, Reynolds also admitted that these surgeries made his face become a bit tight, sometimes somewhat stiffer compared to before. However, the sense of humor and confidence that were the hallmarks of Burt Reynolds did not diminish at all. He often joked about these changes, saying, "I'm like a drum. Stretch me out and I'm still loud." That was the Reynolds style, always smiling, always confident, and always ready to face any challenge, whether in life or in his acting career. When Burt Reynolds' career slowed down a bit, and the roles no longer appeared as frequently as before, his allure and confidence remained intact. His surgeries and cosmetic procedures did not stem from vanity or merely the desire to cling to his youth. It was actually the determination to maintain the image, style, and distinct brand that he had painstakingly built throughout his entire career. Burt Reynolds became a Hollywood icon not only thanks to his acting talent, but also by the ability to create an unmistakable image, a blend of dashing charm and a mischievous personality. It was these cosmetic interventions that effectively helped him maintain the Cowboy Reynolds image, a symbol of masculinity, charm, and defying the laws of time. Today, as Reynolds' films have become classics, fans are still surprised to learn that behind-the-scenes efforts, including bold surgical decisions, contributed significantly to preserving the Duke Reynolds image. This serves as a testament to his resilience and creativity in preserving a legendary brand. Thank you for following the journey of Burt Reynolds, a legend not only of the screen, but also possessing enduring appeal throughout the years. Thank you for watching. Hope this video has brought you an interesting look at the efforts and decisions they have made to maintain their iconic image. If you find this video useful and interesting, don't forget to hit like, share with friends, and leave a sub to support the channel. That will help us continue to bring fascinating and unique stories about Hollywood legends. Thank you, and see you in the next videos.